expert reports for Georgian asylum seekers, human rights issues and political repression in Georgia. Hello colleagues, this video is for law firms representing Georgian asylum seekers. I'm Maxim Karitonov, specializing in expert reports for asylum applicants. I'll explain my approach to analyzing Georgia's situation, highlighting key human rights issues. What's an expert report? As you know, it's an independent analysis for courts and immigration authorities. It aims to prove the applicant faces real threats in their home country. The report backs personal stories with objective data and country analysis. The expert report links overall conditions to client's situation. It confirms the country's context, including political instability, repression, and conflicts. Using international and local sources, it substantiates the applicant's personal risks. This shows how country conditions relate to individual threats, strengthening the case. It proves the applicant belongs to a vulnerable group that faces scrutiny. The report cites authoritative sources like Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, UN, and others, formatted to ASCALA standards. Regarding my experience, in the past 2 years, I prepared over 100 expert reports that helped asylum seekers secure refuge. I collaborate with 15 top law firms across the US, UK, and EU. In 2024, I received recognition as an Expert Witness Awards winner for Best Immigration and Asylum Expert. My reports meet Supreme Tribunal standards and Civil Procedure Code requirements. I respond to law firm requests within an hour and prepare reports within 1 week. Now let's discuss human rights violations in Georgia. Recently, Georgia has seen worsening human rights issues, political instability, opposition pressure, fabricated criminal cases, attempts to limit political activity, threats to free speech, journalist persecution, media and activist pressure, corruption, and political influence on the judiciary and state bodies. LGBT discrimination. LGBT individuals face violence, threats, and lack of police protection. Domestic violence victims encounter insufficient support and limited protection options. Civil liberties are restricted with pressure on protesters and activists, including arrest threats. Ethnic conflicts persist with minority rights issues in tense regions, religious freedom problems, and faith-based persecution. My report details all aspects with references to sources. Conclusions and findings. How do I work on Georgia reports? I typically prepare expert reports based on instructions from major UK, US, and EU law firms. The questions they ask me usually cover Georgia's current political climate, including opposition repression, treatment of activists and independent media, LGBT threats, access to fair justice amid corruption, internal relocation safety, risks for minorities, threats to opposition protesters, and domestic violence issues. To fair justice in corrupt conditions, internal relocation possibilities, how realistic or safe for applicants, risks for ethnic and religious minorities, threats to opposition protest participants, and a large section on domestic violence. How do I create an expert report? Creating a report is meticulous work requiring careful attention at every stage. I usually start by reviewing all the applicant's documents. These can include statements, evidence, interview records, and refusal decisions. My job is to identify which facts and evidence need strengthening to justify the applicant's risk. The next step is researching the situation in the country of origin. I use credible international and local sources for up-to-date information about the country, especially regarding threats to the applicant's safety. It's crucial to link the country's situation to the applicant's personal story. After that, I prepare the justification. I analyze specific risks the applicant faces if they return home. My conclusions always cite verified sources for objectivity and reliability. And of course, I pay close attention to compliance. All my reports strictly follow guidelines set by the Supreme Tribunal for Expert Evidence. Each report includes a truth statement. Data is from reliable sources. Opinions are my professional judgments. All my reports meet the established standards. I always verify the accuracy of facts and the validity of my conclusions. My fear doesn't depend on case outcomes, ensuring objectivity in my work. If needed, I'm ready to testify in court about the applicant's country of origin. How to order a report. For expert reports, contact me at info@thehumanrights.com. Reports can be paid via legal aid, making them free for state-supported legal aid cases. For private cases, flexible payment terms are offered. I work with applicants from Georgia and other post-Soviet countries, including Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Moldova, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, and Russia. An expert report is key to influencing a case's outcome. It proves threats and boosts credibility with courts and immigration. I'm happy to help you and your clients achieve justice. Thanks for your attention. See you soon.